the problem is the generation that we're in right now, everybody's lazy. Let's just call a spade a spade. We don't like hard work. We want things done quickly. No one's here for like long-term results.
What is the main reason people are not losing weight?
One of them is you're not in a calorie deficit and you think you are and you're really not.
Oh. What is good, my good people? It's your girl, Madam Joyce in the bizzle, back again. Tell a friend it's been another week, long time no speak. You guys that watch the show already know that every year I do this show, I'm always talking about, guys, I want to be a skinny legend. Guys, I'm trying to lose weight. And every year I say it. By the time it gets to December, I've put on the weight. I've put on more weight than I started the year with. It happens every single year. And this year, I've challenged myself to really take my fitness seriously. I want to say I'm proud of myself because I went to Barry's class. You guys already know I did the Barry's class. And then we did the 10K step challenge. You know, I did my best in it. Like, I'm not going to say that I really... Like, Emmanuel, just don't even say anything. I'm not going to say that I really went in, but just the fact I've been trying, I'm very proud. All I want to do this year is I want to make sure that for one time in my life, I just want to wear low-rise jeans. You know, that's all I want. I want to wear jeans that hit the end of my pelvic and nothing is hanging out. I just want that experience, right? And today I have somebody who is absolutely incredible and who is here to give us the knowledge that we need to get to the destination of being skinny legends in the name of Jesus. Guys, today we are joined by a fitness powerhouse. She is an expert. She works to inspire women and brings back the fun in exercise. She's walked to Jericho she's come all the way from Jericho and she has walked to here in the studio today. Guys, we have none other than Just Jane. Woo! How are you?
What an introduction.
Thank you so much. Honestly.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, that walk to Jericho saga is the funniest thing that I've ever seen on the internet.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get right into it because that was a time. That was a time. You know, I never thought I would ever get dragged here for anything positive. Like I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I thought, because of walking.
No.
You don't want to drag me by my pant.
I'm not going to lie. You really showed me how much just walking can really
impact
your health, and also just you can lose the weight without fighting for your life.
Yeah, literally.
But I want to get into something first. Right, so we've got some cocktails and we've given the challenge to the mixologists to do some healthy cocktails. Guys, you know, usually everything that I have needs to be doused in sugar. It needs to be sprinkled in high carbohydrates, and it needs to be sweet. But I've decided today we are going to try and get a skinny drink, low carb drink, should I say. Go. So the first thing we have, I'm not sure what the mixologist is, but this is like an okra.
Yeah. It's called okra soup. That's the name of the cocktail.
The cocktail is called okra soup.
Yeah, apparently,
wow, okay.
Yeah. And it's got okra, pineapple, tequila, and mint hard seltzer, and alcohol-infused water with kiwi extract.
And kiwi extract.
It sounds like it does sound on the healthy side. And I'm glad he used tequila because tequila is like on the lower calorie side when it comes to spirits.
That's what I heard, which is why I'm a tequila girl.
I'm a tequila babe.
Yeah.
I'm a tequila babe.
Should we have a little sippy sip?
I think
Cheers.
Cheers, babe.
Oh my God, I'm scared. Oh.
It's actually nice.
This is nice.
Yeah, it is.
I'm surprised.
I've never drank okra, so.
I've never drank okra either, but I heard that it helps your
cootie cat.
It helps your cootie cat. But when they say it helps your cootie cat, is it that it just makes it extra juicy?
I think so.
So it's not like a pH balance. So it's like if you want that juicy magoosie, then you gotta eat that okra.
You know, I haven't really ventured there, so that's not my expertise.
But anyways, yes, guys, it's okra.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's good.
It's nice. And you can't taste it. And it's not slimy.
No, it's not
slimy. A lot of
slimy.
people don't like the texture.
Yeah, the texture of okra is crazy.
Yeah.
Should we try another one? Mm-hmm. We've got another one here. Emmanuel, what's the next cocktail?
So this one is the that's the No Way.
No Way?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
But it's like whey as in whey.
Yeah.
Oh no, he ate that. He ate that.
Okay.
And what's in it?
I don't know half of these, how to pronounce these.
You better start.
Agave lemon.
Agave.
Act like
Agave
you've been here before.
Strawberry mojito, like made with rum, topped with sparkling water.
This is nice.
I really like
This
this.
is really nice.
And you know the thing is with lemon, I just feel like when I have lemon water, it just washes you out.
It's like, it's refreshing.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah.
I've always had an issue, guys. You guys already know I'm not the biggest fan of drinking water.
Okay.
Don't judge. Shut everyone.
We listen and we don't judge.
I feel so judged. The way you looked at me, you looked disappointed.
No, I didn't. With your styling
No, you
out
didn't.
there.
No, honestly.
Exactly.
So basically, guys, I've been really working on the drinking water thing and not pouring Ribena into everything. So
Is that what you do?
Oh my God. I told myself that if I drink Ribena, then I'm drinking water.
Oh. Okay. We listen, we don't judge.
I don't like this passiveness that's going on. You're judging me with your gym expert
No.
self. You're like, girl,
No.
I'm doing
Love
my
that
best.
for you.
But yeah, water infused, like things with like lemon and strawberries and stuff. And then cold water actually has been my tea as well.
I think people who drink room temperature water are unhinged. That's why I looked at you. They're unhinged.
No, I like it chill.
It has to be, even in the
I
winter.
feel like you're not by your mic. She's not by her mic, right?
Sorry.
It's okay. Just
If it's not, even in the winter, I'll put ice in my water.
I like it. Like I feel like chill just brings the real flavor out of the water.
No, it does. And water, I feel like if you don't like the taste of water, you're not having it right. It needs to be chilled. Like chilled water tastes so much nicer than like room temperature.
I 100% agree. But I want to get into you. Obviously, everybody has a journey. Mm-hmm. I was looking at your Instagram and I was thinking, my goodness, 6-pack, thick thighs, bouncing bomb. Every time I see you work out, it just tells me, girl, you need to get your fat ass off and go to the gym, babe. That's what your pictures tell me, and in a positive way.
Okay.
In a positive way, not like
as long as it's positive.
It's positive. But have you always been like this? Have you always been a girlie that loves going to the gym?
No.
What's the story?
It's so funny because I always say this, like my siblings, my family members, people I went to school with, I know that they're very confused at like why we're here. Because for them, like growing up, that wasn't me. Like I used to forge my mum's signature to say I can't do PE. Like that was who I was.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, literally.
Bad girls for life.
Literally, like coming in with a fake bandage on my arm to say, oh, miss, I hurt myself. Like me and exercise, no, absolutely not. I used to eat. Eating was my sport. Like I loved eating. I loved food. And
I love food.
It's weird because sometimes, even for me, sometimes I'm like, am I a fraud? Because I never saw this as part of my life. Like it's so far removed from what life was actually like. So sometimes I'm like, is this really me? Like I can't even believe it sometimes.
So tell me about, were you like bigger when you were younger?
So I was overweight as a child. In Ghana, if you're overweight, they call you Obolobo. So Obolobo, that was my nickname. Like,
that's quite close to the Nigerian one. When you're big, they call you Orobokiba. That's what they say with Orobokiba, Orob. I mean, they still do it.
They were saying that was my name. I remember one of my aunts used to say like I used to make her kids look malnourished. I said, wow.
They're not nice though, these
They're
aunties.
really not, no.
You know what I used to hate? You know what I still hate? You know when that song, one they call You Bad, You Want It, and then they have that, see this lepa so bad. Then they have the line and they're like, Orabatop.
Oh, so is that?
Every time that song comes, they always point to me.
Right.
They're like, Orabatop. And I'm like, why are you pointing to me, bitch? I'm skinny. Like, why are you pointing to me?
Yeah.
So you were on the plus size, you had like, obviously, unfortunately, the way the African aunties are, they instill this kind of like energy of like, you should feel bad for how you look, which I kind of really, really hate.
Do you know what though? I think, but it's like, as a child, innit, you kind of don't know any different. I had such an emotional relationship with food. I still do, to be fair, but like food literally was like my comfort. So I just used to eat a lot and I wasn't active. And then when I got older, I became active. Like I used to dance and stuff, and I was still active, but I was still overweight, if you get what I mean. So that's why I firmly believe that you can't really out-train a bad diet. Because if I look at me as a child, I started to get active, not in terms of fitness, but like I used to dance and stuff, and I was still the biggest in the room. Like, do you get what I mean? And then fast forward now, so I was in a bad relationship, came out of that relationship, and then I literally used fitness as therapy. So like, I always say it was God-led, because I remember like, one random day, I just had the urge to go for a run. And I don't like running. So I was just thinking, me go for a run. So I went, it lasted about 2 minutes because obviously I wasn't fit. But then I just started to like find it quite therapeutic and just use it to kind of like deal with like my breakup and stuff. And then I just became really obsessive and like started to live in the gym. And then I realized I was good at it. And then it just became something that I was so passionate about. So I was doing it alongside like my full-time 9 to 5. But I knew that I wanted to transition and do it full-time. But because again, like my history and my background wasn't from like a fitness or sports related background, it was kind of like, I felt like I was going through a phase and it might pass, but it's been like 12, 13 years and we're still here. So yeah.
That's amazing. And I feel like I love the genesis. A lot of people's genesis of going to the gym or starting the gym is because they're trying to prove something to other people. Mm-hmm. It's an aesthetic thing because obviously, like, you know, unfortunately, the way the world works is that, you know, slimmer body and a certain aesthetic is what's right. But you did it for you, for your mental health, for your clarity. And I think that's why you lasted so long.
I was going to say that is why I've lasted so long and that's why I'm still here. Yeah. And like I always get asked, how do you stay motivated or disciplined? And I always say it's because it's not attached to my appearance. Yeah. It's attached to how it makes me feel.
Nice.
So because it makes me feel good and I need that feel good feeling constantly, that's what I chase. So it helps me kind of continue what I'm doing. But there's nothing wrong with doing things for aesthetic reasons either, because you have to find your motivation. Not everybody's going to be motivated by how they feel or disciplined. Do you get what I mean? So if it's because you want to wear low-rise jeans, like you said, my dear, like the end goal is still positive at the end of the day, innit? So I'll never knock anyone whose goal, like whose motivation is based purely on aesthetics.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, so obviously I was talking to the girlies, I messaged everybody on Instagram, I told you we're having a fitness expert, and there's so many questions that came flooding in because I feel like everyone is getting into their adult bodies now. We are not, guys, I want to remind everyone, the bodies that we had when we were 16 is for when we were 16, okay? Some people are still trying to chase the body that they had when they were 16 years old.
To be fair.
We are ladies now, okay? We are big mummies. So we need to love the body we're in now and just appreciate that, you know, the no breasts, small hips, we might not get there. But for me in this season, it's about, first of all, being healthy. Second of all, just, I guess, having routine. Yeah. And, you know, losing a little bit of weight, losing a bit of the pounds. So I want to know from your experience, what is the main reason people are not losing weight?
There's different reasons, but I want to say one of them is you're not in a calorie deficit and you think you are and you're really not.
Oh.
Like, it's just as simple as that, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Because in its simplest form, but the thing is, I must say though, it does also depend, right? Because like hormones play a big, massive like role. If you have like PCOS, endometriosis, any of those health conditions, it's not going to be as straightforward as it is for a person without those issues. If you have anything that impacts your hormones, it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah.
So just, but in its most basic form, essentially to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which is basically burning more calories than you consume. Now, a lot of people think they're in a calorie deficit, but you might not be. So for example, like the thing with calories is it's in everything. So even like these drinks, right? The syrups and stuff like that. Like you can put syrup in a drink and that tablespoon can contain 200 calories. Do you know how long it takes to burn 200 calories?
How long?
What you would need to, if I was on a treadmill, yeah, and I wanted to burn 200 calories, or if I was just walking and I wanted to burn 200 calories, like it would take over half an hour. Do you understand? I mean, to drink something that takes 10 seconds.
Oh no.
So that's just putting things into perspective. However, I don't believe you have to calorie count essentially to lose weight. Like you don't have to be as anal as count everything, if you get what I mean. But in its most basic, form, essentially to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. And a lot of people think they are and they're not, because they're not taking into consideration maybe the sweet that they have on the side, or maybe the coffee or the latte that has like syrup and sugar, or the Krispy Kreme donut, or do you know what I mean? Like those little things all do add up. So is that your bag?
Yeah.
So That is one side to it.
I think one of the main reasons why I've been so in and out of, I guess, this healthy living lifestyle is because I love food. I love pounded yam and efferiro. I love food, especially when I travel. I love trying different foods. And it just seems to me that if you want to lose weight, you got to go with the rabbit food, salad, chicken.
Do you know what? You don't, because like, because I've been in this industry for a very long time, so I feel like when I first started, I was very rigid, and I'll admit it, I was very rigid. Rabbit food, chicken breast, broccoli, like my diet was so boring, and I didn't stay away from it. But that's not life, and I never want it to be a thing where I'm never going to be able to enjoy my cultural dishes ever again. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's all about balance. So I live by an 80-20 rule. If 80% of your diet is good, then you can afford for 20% to be stuff that you enjoy. It's just about finding balance.
So speaking of cultural food, we were looking at the calorie count of traditional food, and we found that if you want to pounded yam, and this is a portion side, not the portion side that your mommy gave you, the national portion side, which I believe is like
a fist.
It's like a fist.
Yeah.
A fist of pounded yam and efferiro is 280 calories.
That's nothing. That's not a lot.
And I don't feel like this is right, because I said
it's too low.
I think it's too low.
Okay, so again, it depends on what is actually being put into the food. You get what I mean? So for example, like with the stew, it depends on how much oil you're using to cook the stew. Like all of those things play a role. And the calories in oil, is such a rattler.
The palm oil.
It's crazy.
Palm oil.
It's so crazy. If I'm being honest, right, I feel like when it comes to cultural and traditional foods, a lot of it isn't based on the meals themselves. It's more about how it's prepared and what it's used to be like to prepare it. Do you get what I mean? So I think when people demonize African food and say, oh, it's unhealthy, I'm like, it's how you're preparing it, because you can have African food but just have a healthy alternative.
Everything
and make it in a healthier way.
Fried.
Yeah, like I don't deep fried. I don't remember the last time, unless I'm eating out, I don't remember the last time I deep fried plantain. Like I use my air fryer or I grill it.
Oh, really?
I don't remember the last, and I hate the smell of fried food in my house anyway. So like that's why I don't do it. But I don't remember the last time I fried it. And if you compare the calorie content, I'm pretty sure fried plantain, like you're probably going to consume an extra 100 to 200 calories just based on the fact that you fried it in oil.
But it tastes so good when it's fried.
No, I hear it. I do. But the taste of it being grilled or air fried isn't that far removed from it being like deep fried.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? If your plantain is ripe. Obviously, if it's not ripe, it's not gonna give the same thing. But like if it's ripe plantain and you put it in the air fryer, like I think it tastes quite similar.
I don't know. I've had some air fried stuff and it's not the same unless it's dust and oil. Like it needs to. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't listen.
You need deliverance.
Like I do. But I want to talk to you about something. Let's talk about Ozempic and Mounjaro. There has been a big conversation in the rise of GLP-1 medications that were originally used to treat type 2 diabetes, but the girlies are getting skinny. As an expert, what are your thoughts about losing weight in these senses? Because I'm 30 seconds away, sister. I'm going to get the pen. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get it.
Excuse me. So this is my thing, because I feel like my issue is, unless you need it. Okay, I feel like the problem is the generation that we're in right now, everybody's lazy. Let's just call a spade a spade. We don't like hard work.
I don't.
We want
soft
things
life
done quickly. What do they call it? The microwave generation. Like we want things done instantly. Like no one's here for like long-term results. My only issue with that, is unless you are willing to like change your lifestyle and your habits, it's not going to go hand in hand. Do you get what I mean? Because and it's the same with people that like get surgery and stuff. Because I'm like, unless you change your mindset, how you approach your health, how you approach your diet, right? You can go and do all these things and do the quick fixes. But if those things remain the same, you're just going to relapse and end up in the same position. And then it's just going to become a cycle. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Whereas I feel like when you do things the authentic way, it teaches you so much about yourself and your body to the point where you are going to be equipped with the tools to know how to to deal with it if this ever happens again. Because it's not like, even me, it's not like my weight does fluctuate depending on the season, the time, or whatever. But I know and understand my body. So I know that if I take my foot off the gas and I'm doing way too much enjoyment, I know what I need to do to get back because I know what works for my body because I've understood my body.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Whereas if I haven't done that and I've just gone and maybe taken, like, I've had some sort of aids, but everything else is still the same, it's just going to be a never-ending cycle because I haven't changed the bad habits that I have that led me to get to the place I was unhappy with in the first place.
You're just covering it.
Yeah, but obviously there's people who generally need the assistance. So I'm not opposed to people needing the assistance.
I need the assistance.
You don't.
I need the assistance.
So that's the thing. Someone like you don't need the assistance.
Why? Help.
Because you're not morbidly obese. You're not, do you know what I mean? You don't have any like condition, well, not from what I can see. You're very able, you're young. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You just want a soft life.
I've got stuff at my knees. Guys, the information that we are getting right now, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I want to go home and write everything down. And if you're loving this episode, make sure you comment below your takeaway from this episode. Make sure you comment below more questions that we can ask Justine when she comes back again. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't kill the vibe. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why I said that. But guys, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, but there's things you can do. Walking doesn't impact your knees, which is why we walk. There's so many low impact stuff that you can do, and changing your diet that you can do.
My diet is the biggest thing. My diet, and I think when I'm self-reflecting on myself, it's the lack of discipline. My issue is the lack of discipline. I have the physical ability to do some shit when I want to do it. For example, guys, remember when I went to Greece and I climbed a mountain for 3 hours? Yes, that was me. Yes, bitch. When Joyce wants to move, she can move. But I feel like it's that motivation to get up and just be like, and just push through those days where it's like, I can't be bothered to go gym. Because one thing about me, you cannot tell me what to do. So if I say to myself, I can't be bothered, there's nothing that could bother me to be bothering to enter that gym. I'm so sorry.
Fair.
So that's the issue. I think a lot of women's issue is the self-discipline thing. How do we curate that?
You just have to find. So one thing is, I feel like find things that you enjoy. Like if you don't enjoy going to the gym, I can understand why on those days where your discipline isn't there, you're not going to be bothered to go to the gym. Like I totally get it. But I'm like, gym doesn't have to be your thing. There's so many different ways to move your body that you just have to find the thing that you like and that you enjoy. Do you get what I mean? And then community. I'm so big on community and having like a fitness community because I feel like it helps keep you accountable.
Yeah.
And in those moments where like you can't be bothered, they will drag you by your pant and make sure you're there or like hold you accountable. Do you get what I mean? So it just makes the journey a lot easier. But I think sometimes it's just about asking yourself how, like, are you interested or are you committed?
Yeah.
Because I say this because I feel like a lot of people are interested, but they're not committed. When you're interested, you flirt with the idea of success or whatever your goal is. You flirt with it. Oh yeah, I don't mind wearing low-rise jeans. Like I'm gonna keep using that as a reference.
Yeah, because that's the.
But you don't mind it. It'll be nice. It's a nice to have, right? If I can get there and get the results that I want to wear low-rise jeans, great, innit? But if I can't, it's not the end of the world. That's been interesting.
No, it's the end of the. I just.
But if you're committed, by rain, snow, like tornado, by any means necessary, I'm wearing those low-rise jeans. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
The mindset is different. So you approach it a lot, your approach is different because you're committed. And that end result is a non-negotiable.
So you're saying commitment comes from having a good community and shift of mindset.
Yeah.
I really want to go deeper into this because I feel like people are going to be sitting there and was like, okay, how do I get the mindset? How do I get the mindset? How do I be do or die? How do I be do or die?
This is why I said, yeah, it's about, and okay, so there's different things. I think when you first start, like I said to you, like I felt like you going to Barry's as someone who's not a gym girly is insane because if you then turn around and say, I'm never going to do it again, it's like you've missed that window of opportunity to kind of ease you into something that could be a beautiful future.
Yeah.
Because you got thrown into the deep end and got put into something that you shouldn't really be there. Do you get what I mean? Because it's too intense. Barry's is not beginner friendly. I don't care what anybody says.
I nearly died.
It's not. So I wouldn't encourage a beginner to go and do Barry's boot camp because that's not what you need. You need to learn the basics.
I need to walk to Jericho. You know what? Can I just say we did a walking challenge. and I really, really enjoyed walking. Emmanuel, just shut up. I actually really enjoyed walking, and like you were saying, in terms of community, I walked a lot more than I usually would.
Which is, and
I didn't get the 10K every day, Emmanuel. Yes, that's what you want me to say. Okay, yes, I didn't get the 10K every day, but I still tried.
But this is it, right? And that's the thing. I think that's the big key thing for me is trying, and it's being intentional and making better decisions. So even when I was doing the walking challenge, when I started, and people used to ask me like, how do you make it fit around your day? And I was like, because I understand that no one wants to just wake up and walk aimlessly. Do you get what I mean?
It's
like it can be a bit like, I've got better things to do. So make it fit around your schedule. So I was doing stuff like, if I needed to run errands, like go to the post office or whatever, I'd walk there instead of drive. If I was commuting on a train, I'd get off a stop earlier and walk to the next station. Or like I'd get off early, and rather than maybe get an Uber to my house from the station, I'd walk. Just, do you know what I mean? Or if there's stairs and an escalator, I'm not going to take the escalator, I'm going to take the stairs. Like those little things are just part of your normal everyday, right? So it's like you're not going completely out of your way and you're making it fit within your lifestyle. So it's going to be easier for you to stick to because it fits, as opposed to you feeling like I have to completely change everything I've got and like do something that's, you know, so far-fetched and I haven't got time for it.
I want to put myself up to the challenge because I actually really enjoyed it. I just wish I was a lot more dedicated to actually getting the 10K steps every day. Emmanuel, stop blinking. Emmanuel, stop.
It's doable though.
I'm going to do it, but I want to ask a question that the girls have been asking. Please. One of the main questions we've had, Just Jean, please help us. They said, help us, please. How do we get flat belly and big cheeks?
Do you know what's so funny, right? I looked at you and I was like, I bet you she's going to come and talk about a snatched face and a big ass. Like,
we need flat belly and big bum. How do we grow our glutes? How do we get the abs? Because you have the abs. You've got the bum cheeks. It's very greedy.
I don't have abs all the time. So
some
right
of
now,
us have abs none of the time. How about that?
Okay, guys. In the nicest way possible, yeah. Because I know you lot love to tussle. It's gonna ruffle your feathers, but I'm not gonna say your dream, yeah. Because unfortunately,
what? Oh
no. Unfortunately, you can't tell your body where to lose weight from. Like, I just have to.
God damn it.
Like, you really can't. Because I promised you, if you could, like, I feel like everybody would, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody would look how they want to look. But unfortunately, when God was creating our bodies, he knew because it would be too greedy. Like, he knew.
You are very greedy. So why will you say to everybody that we are come by using your habits?
No. But there's ways to work around it, see? I just have to start with the bad news first to go into the good news, right? So
don't take this away from me.
The thing is, in order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. In order to put on weight, you need to be in a calorie surplus. Calorie deficit is eating less, burning more calories than you consume, and a surplus is doing the other way around. So in order for your bum and your low body to grow, it needs more. So it's about finding that balance. There's different ways you can do it. You can either do one before the other. So a lot of people will tend to bulk first. So that's where they eat in a calorie surplus and put on weight and get to a desired weight that they like. Then from there, they then do the cut. Or you could go the other way around. Or if you want to do them at the same time, that's called body recomposition. And in terms of calories, you're in a maintenance.
Okay.
Or like you're not too far from you're in between basically like a surplus and a deficit. In terms of your training, I always say, like, whatever you want to grow, you need to feed it the most attention. So in terms of your lower body, train it more than once a week. I train my lower body 2 to 3 times a week. And that helps. So especially like if I'm on a cut, or let's say I'm trying to like lose a bit more body fat, I train my lower body more to make sure that I'm maintaining that muscle there. Because again, when you lose weight, you can't tell your body where to lose weight from. Yeah. So when I lose weight, I naturally am going to lose weight in my bum, I want to lose weight everywhere. But genetics and training is how I'm able to manipulate it so it's not too obvious, if you get what I mean. But yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, you can build like really large hips in the gym and stuff. Because again, like I don't believe in selling people dreams. So I just, not the workout.
So you trying to tell me how you go about 6-pack?
No, the thing is you can. Like I said, it's about being in the calorie deficit. The thing is, even with a 6-pack, right? abs are made in the kitchen, and it sounds so corny, but it's your diet, babes. It is your diet. Like, if you want abs, that your diet.
All I want is to have a 6-pack.
Your diet.
And eat Ferrero's 2 and pound of jam.
The thing is, you can. Just as long as you're not eating pounded jam and Ferrero every single day or every single week. Do you get what I mean? But it is doable.
I want to break it down because there's 2 things here from what you're saying. There's two things to tackle.
Yeah.
So for the girlies who's trying to grow their cheeks, what are the workouts and the ways to get a bigger glutes,
right?
bigger ass?
So your main priority in terms of your nutrition is protein and carbs, right? Mainly protein, obviously that feeds and builds your muscles, and carbs gives you energy. So you want those 2 to be the main things that you consume. Like, make that a priority. If you want to be really anal, calculate how much grams of protein you need to be eating per meal. And then have it that way and split that up throughout the day. If you're someone who struggles with eating, that's when you then go for supplements, so like taking protein shakes and stuff. But protein is the main ingredient, like the main thing that you need to focus on in terms of your diet. Now, in terms of training, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week, allowing yourself adequate recovery in between, because your muscles only grow when they're rested. So don't train your bum every single day because it's not going to grow. The magic happens when you are recovering. So that's why I said 3 times. So you can allow yourself days in between. You can also split up your workouts. So like you could probably do quads and hamstrings, basically your legs on one day, your glutes on another day, and on the third day you can mix and do everything. You also need to prioritize compound lifts. So compound lifts is basically exercises that work more than one muscle group at the same time. So it's a benefit. So let me give you an example: hip thrusts or squats.
I love a hip. Wait.
Hip thrust is that's basically. That is basically.
I love it.
You see that exercise? I live, I breathe, I sleep. Like, me and hip thrust go back together.
And then when you put the weight, the weight on top. And you know what I love? It's that when you tense to the top, you have to tighten yourself at the you know what they say? Squeeze.
No, I hate you.
When they say squeeze,
I actually hate you.
Oh my God, I love it.
I hate you.
You know about the squeeze on top. Yeah.
But listen, that for me, the king of growing your glutes for me is hip thrust. Like, you can argue amongst yourselves in the comments, but for me, as for me and my household, hip thrust
is tea.
There's not a session where me and that machine are not making love. I love that. Like, hip thrust, literally. Like,
it feels good. It feels good.
I feel like, and again, it's a compound movement. So you also get to work your hamstrings. And hamstrings is is the one muscle that a lot of girls ignore. But that's how you have like a nice full-on shape. So
where's the hamstrings?
It's at the back.
It's on just at the bottom,
under your bum. Yeah. At the back of your thigh. That's your hamstring.
Okay, T.
And you need that because also that is going to help you have like strong legs and have balance. A lot of people ignore their hamstrings, but you need your hamstrings. It's going to allow you to have a nice full shape. And then people won't accuse you of having a BBL because your thighs don't match your bum.
You ain't got that ant.
And that's what you need.
You ain't got that ant physique.
So hip thrust. After hip thrust, I would say sumo deadlifts, reverse lunges, Bulgarian split squats. There's a lot, but like,
guys, I'm sorry. Can we comment below, because I feel like I need to be paying for this information that you're giving to us for free right now.
I mean,
no, on the real, guys. No, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm doing my part for the community.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm taking notes. Like, I'm gonna watch this back and take notes because the tea and biscuits I'm getting right now. She said you do lunges, you do Russian this, you do. Guys, we're getting the formula
2 to 3 times a week, and also to add progressive overload. So basically, that is where you.
Progressive, carry on.
Progressive overload. So that is where you increase the intensity, and it doesn't necessarily have to be purely with weight. So most people think, to progressively overload, I have to use like more weights, but you can overload in different ways. You can slow down the tempo of what you're doing. So when you slow down the tempo, it becomes a lot harder because that's called time under tension. The longer time your muscles are under tension, the harder it is. You can shorten your rest periods. You can do more reps, you can do more sets, but again, you can add more weights. But the idea is to challenge yourself as the weeks progress, because our bodies are very quick to get used to what we're doing. And when you get used to what you're doing, then it's no longer going to grow, and then you're going to be in maintenance. Do you get what I mean? So the idea is just to keep kind of pushing yourself as you go along, and that should definitely help you like grow.
Amazing. And for the girlies like me you're trying to get rid of stubborn belly fat. There was another lady that asked that she's just had a baby and she wants to slim down on her stomach area. What advice could you give us? Please don't say that. Don't tell me I can't have the Panda Jam anymore because I can't hear this anymore.
No, like I said, again, it's about balance. When it comes to belly fat, you can't tell your body where to lose fat from, unfortunately, like I said. However, it's just about being in a calorie deficit. So the idea is to just burn more calories than you consume. So that's with your diet and with exercise and movement.
You know, out of all the things, I hate doing abs. I hate abs so much. But do you want to know what the joke is though, right? Go on.
So it's so interesting how the industry has changed over the years. Because again, when I first got into it, I started training in 2012. Damn, that was a very long time ago. And when I first started, it was all about abs and crunches and sit-ups and this and this and that and that. And the thing is, that's not what we see for us, for women as well. Yeah, like that, those are not really the exercises that we need to prioritize. It's more about doing like internal core stuff. So the thing is, whenever I have abs, the joke is I don't do abs. Like generally speaking, in my routine, I barely do abs, but it's because I do a lot of core work with the exercises that I do. So if you do like heavy lifts and compound lifts and stuff with weights, you naturally, you've obviously heard people always say like engage your core. So that is training your core muscles and training your like internal core to be nice and tight. So there's loads of core exercises that you can do that don't actually have to be like abs and crunches and stuff like that. Because even with that, if you can do 1,000 sit-ups, but if you've still got fat on top, your abs are not going to show.
It's not going to go through. Yeah. I feel like that's the issue I'm having, because I can feel that I have a six-pack underneath.
Everyone does.
I feel
respectfully, everybody, like if you look at you, do you know what I mean? Like it's there for everyone.
I know, like sometimes like on a good day in the morning, I see something. I see something shooting through. But I just need to make sure once you get rid or reduce the layer of fat, that's when they'll start to show. Have you seen the lifting videos where people lift so much that they wet themselves?
Yeah, I have.
You see, that's the type.
No, let me not say that actually, because I was gonna be like, my pride will never let me. But God forbid I ever get in that position. But that is wild.
You see, that's the type of desperation that you have when you have a holiday and the holiday's next week, and you're like, you know what? Let me do something crazy. I gotta give up something. Yeah. I gotta pump something.
Do you know what though? The throwing up one, like it can happen, innit? To be fair, like the peeing one is one that I'm just like, wow, that is. But I'm like, are you pushing that much? Are you pushing that much on your pelvic floor? That's crazy.
I've nearly thrown up in a class before.
Do you know what? I've almost thrown up after running, but because I run on an empty stomach, it's like whenever it happens, there's nothing coming out because there's nothing in my system. But the gagging is there.
You know what? My toxic trait is I do like to eat before. Like I'm somebody that'll be like, God, I need the energy for this shit, and I'll have a whole meal, and then I'll go do the class and have a stitch.
You can eat. The thing is, and that's what I'm saying with food. Food is fuel, so that you should. It depend on what you're doing. Like if you're going to do legs, your legs are the biggest muscles in your body. So you're when you do like a leg workout compared to upper body, you're gonna burn a lot more calories. So yes, you should eat like properly before you go and train. So you have the fuel to do it.
It's C&T, baby. Random question. If your ex asked you, listen, like obviously since I left you in it, like my belly's gotten big, like can you help me like train? Like can you be my personal trainer?
No, I'm joking. No. Do you know what? Yeah. No, guys, you're laughing too hard.
I'm sorry.
No, in all seriousness, I wouldn't care. I'd give you the formula. Do you know why? Because whether you have a big belly or you have a flat belly, I don't want you. Like, I don't care. Like, do you know, it's weird. I feel like I had to go through what I went through to be here. And I'm so grateful for it. And I would never, and if I had to go back, I wouldn't change anything. Do you get what I mean? So, like, me not liking you or hating you or whatever is too much energy. Like, if anything, let me even bless you.
So you do the one-to-one session?
No, I wouldn't be your trainer. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh,
no.
You wouldn't train him. You're just giving
go
with
this what you need to do. Yeah, but I don't, no. That one, you don't deserve to be in my presence. That one, no.
Period.
No.
You know what?
Access denied.
I'd do something messy like that though, because I'm just here for the plot though.
You want the plot to thicken?
I'm here for the plot. I'm the type to be like, oh yeah, you know, let me just, or I'm a positioner. So I'm the type that I would go to your gym, you know, wear my matching two-piece.
Oh, so you will see me.
Yeah, make sure it's the matching two-piece though. The one with the little bra. Make sure it's the Gymshark leggings pulled up. Obviously, because, you know, the belly's I'm not ready for the low rise yet. So I have to pull it up.
You're so dumb.
And then I'll go and, you know, just be looking cute. Like, so, you know, like without you, like, you know, this is what I'm on. Like,
yeah.
I just feel like the girlies that wear the two-piece Gymshark, they're just serious about life.
I think, you know what, yeah, I do believe, yeah, that when you match your gym outfits, when you get a new fit, yeah, it changes everything.
Agreed.
And it makes me laugh, yeah, because when I watch back my old gym videos, like, the secondhand embarrassment I get for myself, I just think, wow.
What was you wearing? Just dirty t-shirt and leggings?
Literally, you know, like, sometimes even headscarf, like, you know, sister, this is like, it's literally giving answer. Sometimes I'll be like, multicolor legging, yeah, like about 5 different colors, some bright top, like, you know, like just house clothes.
So we're not doing bonnet in the gym.
No, I don't. No. And back then, again, this is time ago, right? So bonnets weren't even a thing.
It was headscarf.
Yeah,
you know the headscarf that says "I love Jesus" on it.
Yeah, literally. Or like a fake Gucci one. You know, one that you got from the market. Like,
yeah, I got the fake Fendi one with the fake, and you know it's fake.
I got a fake Gucci one. It's even green. Green and white.
Green and white.
Yeah, green
no
and
red.
white. Literally.
Just green and white.
Just green and white.
No, honestly, I do feel like when you wear
a new set,
you just feel sexy. You already feel like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know what you're doing, you really feel like you're going in there and you're like, listen, I'm an expert in this bitch because I'm wearing a two-piece.
And your energy is different. And I feel like you have a lot more confidence. And you literally walk into that gym, like you said, like, I own this place.
And then don't forget the Stanley Cup. You got to come in when you come with the Stanley Cup.
I remember one day I went in my gym and they're like, oh, you're such a gym influencer. I was like, wow, sorry. They're like, oh, look at you with your Gymshark tea set and your Apple headphones.
And the
socks. And when you wear your socks up here, they're like, oh, you think you're too cool now. And I'm like, no. I just actually care about my appearance now.
That is somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even though they don't. Well, that's for me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I look like with the headphones on, the two-piece.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue how to work this machine, but I look like
Don't forget as well, the next level, the one where when you got a t-shirt and you tuck the t-shirt in the back, like under your sports bra, so it's like cropped at the back. Have you seen that one?
I've seen it. Like, I thought it was a scrunchie.
It's called a pump cover. That's the gym term, where you wear like a really baggy t-shirt. Yeah, so it's the pump cover.
You tuck it in.
And then you tuck it at the back of your bra. So the back is like cropped, but the front is long. So when you turn around, it's like...
So you now see the back.
Yeah.
You know what? Seriously, this question is for me and me alone, yeah?
Okay.
You see when girls wear like a low-rise back,
backless,
and the back, oh my God, I've always wanted to have that strong back. Like there's something about a back that when you oil it, like when you've toned it and you've oiled it, it looks so sexy in a scoop
That's
dress.
how I feel. That's how I feel.
Because
like
you have the back in it.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like my back is my biggest flex.
It's
like,
a flex.
Forget having a bum. For me, my back is like, I take pride in enjoying my back.
I love a good back.
I like having a nice back.
I love a good back. Like when I see girls with, I appreciated a good back before a good back was a thing.
I like backs.
What's the routine? What's the workout? Just give me two or three.
Main one is a lat pull down. I'd say definitely. And then that works like your upper body, your upper back. And then lower back, I would say back extensions. So that way,
nice.
So yeah, lat pull down, you're working your upper back, lower back, back extensions. And then there's obviously loads of stuff in between.
One thing I love about the fitness industry is that now we are seeing more inclusivity to different shapes and sizes of women. So the bigger girls are loving to work out. The bigger girls are loving to wear the two-piece. I know we're laughing and we're joking about the six-pack and we're talking about this, but I love seeing women like me passionate about going to the gym and working out, even if it's not for aesthetic, but it's just for their own mental well-being and their mental health, or because they enjoy it. And I just want to know from you, do you feel like the fitness industry is embracing women with different body types, or do you still feel like it's the same like when you first started, or you're seeing a small change, or you've seen a big change? Like, compared to how you've started, how has the industry changed in terms of diversity and inclusion?
No, I think Definitely, fitness has become a lot more inclusive. Like when I first started, even in terms of like, let's talk about even like representation, right? So there was barely anyone in my industry that looked like me, that was similar to me. It was mainly full of white women, white men. It's a very male-dominated industry anyway.
Yeah.
But like now, there's a lot more people that look like me taking up space. And I think we are making fitness a lot more inclusive. And I think it's because we're stepping away from like the typical norms of what fitness is meant to look like.
Nice.
And everyone's creating their own niches and styles of working out. I think it's definitely a lot more inclusive now, even in terms of like fitness apparel, because I know before a lot of people used to complain about like fitness apparel not going up to a certain size and stuff like that. So like now they've got like plus size ranges and do you know what I mean? So I think the movement is definitely becoming inclusive. I think there's still a long way to go. I don't think we're completely there yet.
Yeah.
But compared to when I first started, I've definitely seen like an improvement of it being a lot more inclusive.
So what are the biggest myths about fitness that people still believe?
Sorry. Can everyone, I need everyone to gather around here and like lean in. I need everyone to lean in and listen to me carefully. Yeah. You see that waist trainer that you're wearing, yeah? Because they have told you, yeah. And before I argue with yourself in the comments, because I'm not arguing with anybody about this. See that waist trainer that they told you is burning your belly fat, yeah? I need you to go and sit down and use wisdom and ask yourself how, if you can't tell your body where to lose fat from based on science, right? How wearing a rubber something around your belly, yeah, and putting oil or whatever grease, Vaseline you want to put on it underneath, yeah, is going to burn the belly fat. I need you to explain it to me from a scientific, like, I need us to do better. Because I don't understand how, like, in the beginning, it was a thing, yeah, and you can blame it on, like, ignorance and stuff, yeah, but guys, be for real. Like, because it's like,
Gina!
And no, because a lot of companies, yeah, and I'll give grace.
You're trying to run Cinch by Samantha out of business.
Listen.
Cinch by Samantha. We've been Cinch by Samantha.
Sorry, because whoever you are, let's go toe to toe and talk from a scientific perspective. And you explain to me how wearing something like that, yeah, is going to magically evaporate the fat on your body. Does anybody have any answers? 10 points for the person who can give me the answer.
Nah, because when your belly sweats, the sweat releases and you're skinny.
Okay, so someone like myself, yeah, who I have very high sweat glands and I sweat quite easily. I even sweat in my sleep, right? Just naturally. Why am I not a twig? Because sweat doesn't always equate to burning fat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like so again, guys, I just need us to do better and do research and not just listen to what anybody tells you online, because that's what we're not doing.
Yeah, but
because sorry, just to further go, yeah, because I know some people who are going to tussle and be like, yeah, well, I wore my waist trainer and I lost belly fat. And do you know what I find really funny? A lot of people who sell these waist trainers and stuff will always tell you that you need to wear it alongside working out and having a healthy diet. They're not telling you to wear the waist trainer. They're telling you this alongside a healthy diet and exercise is what is going to snatch your waist. Brother, get rid of the waist trainer because you're going to get a smaller... Are you not getting... Do you understand where I'm going here? Do you get where I'm going? It's not the waist trainer that is making... Do you know what I mean? It's the fact that you are in a calorie deficit or you have a healthy diet and you are exercising. That's why, sis. So if you want to use it as... If you want to...
This is so loud!
If you want to use it...
so loud!
Nah, because I'm tired. I'm sorry. If you want to use it as a placebo, if for you wearing it makes like, you know, you feel like you're doing a thing, then fair enough. I can't knock you. Like, each to their own. However, I would die on that hill, yeah, that says, like, you're not burning belly fat because of this one thing that you're wearing. No, we're not doing that.
But that's not what Snatched by Sierra said.
Well, Snatched by Sierra needs to go and get her degree or something because, yeah. That is one of the... You see that myth there? I say it all the time, you know. I always say I don't rate any... I'm not going to say it again with my chest. I don't rate any fitness trainer who promotes waist trainers. If you are in the fitness industry and you promote it to your clients and you tell them that by wearing this is going to burn your belly fat, someone needs to take your qualification from you because you're doing people a disservice and it's a business scam.
Wow.
And if I was in the industry because I wanted to sell people a dream, there's bare things I could be doing, but I hold myself from being quite an integral person. And I take my career very serious. So stuff like that, me off. Sorry. I ran over.
Whoa. Someone right now is watching it with their 12 ankles there.
You know what's so funny? I know I'm gonna. The thing is, I know I'm gonna get cooked for this. I know I'm gonna get cooked for this. I know people are gonna have a lot to say.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Those waist trainers are bloody expensive. I have a waist trainer that was like 60 per quid.
But I said what I said. Like, you can argue with me if you want, but I said what I said respectfully, and I'll say it again. I can't respect it. Are you 5?
It's C&T, baby. If men had to experience one struggle women face in the gym, what would it be?
Training on your period.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
Or the week before.
Training on your period is bomb. Yeah. Y'all ain't never had to do a squat on your period before. Mm-mm. Never. Mm-mm. Y'all ain't never had to, you know what I get scared of? You know, like, obviously you've got your pad on and stuff, but you know, sometimes, you know, like,
you have to keep checking.
You have to keep checking, and you're sitting on the chair.
And you're like,
and you don't know whether it's sweaty bum cheeks or you've had a little bit of a leaky leak.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Period one is the good one.
Yeah. I don't think,
What happens before, you said a week before your period,
like,
what's the thing that
usually the luteal phase is which is the phase before your period. And so with most people, I know, again, some people are quite different.
Yeah.
But your energy is in the pits of hell, man. Like, it's non-existent. Like, for me, it's the worst week for me.
Wow.
Like, my energy is not there. Like, I struggle. Things that I used, like lifts that I would do normally, I'm really struggling with. I'm just extremely fatigued. Like, fatigue is a big, massive thing for me. Mm-hmm. And so it's usually like the worst week for me personally. But I guess the good thing about that though is you can obviously, if you don't want to do what you normally do, that's when you can kind of do things on the other side. So like maybe go for walks instead, or like just do things that are a bit more low impact.
But it's still active.
But you still get to move your body. Yeah.
Periods. And period. Sorry, no one laughed. It's okay. And what's your go-to gym playlist? Like, what are you listening to? What are the artists that keep you going? What are the artists that you're like, yeah, like I need
high energy. I find it, when people listen to R&B, I'm
girl,
like, how?
Be for real.
How do you listen to, like, I need like high energy.
I need aggression. I like listening to rap. I like listening to like the really like,
I show mama, show your dad.
Yeah. If you don't, I'm a this that type of music. I need aggression. I need like, I want to, sometimes for me, I like really leaning into my masculine energy, like especially when I'm doing weights and stuff.
I get it.
People like, who do I like listening to? I actually like to listen to a little bit of UK rap. I feel like UK rap is very like, and then a bit of American rap as well. Like the boys, like I like the rap music. For me, I'm not trying to be on no Lover Girl shit and listen to R&B.
I don't get that. I'm a dancer though, so like I'm a
Afrobeats.
I'm a piano Afrobeats. Like,
I'm a piano's there.
I'm gonna have to. I need to dance in between a set, or like you're gonna see a hand movement. You're gonna look at me and know what I'm listening to.
But the BPM needs to be fast.
Yeah.
It needs to be fast and hard.
100%, like literally. So it just needs to be high energy and high tempo.
So what are the top 3 artists you can name from the top of your head?
Damn, Daniel. Burner's up there.
Yeah,
Burner's got bangers. Burner and Shake,
like Shake, definitely.
Because I feel like if I wanted to put on a playlist, of just their like catalog, it's gonna keep me in the zone. Do you get what I mean?
You know, when I climbed the mountain, I was exhausted. I was tired. I got halfway and I said, guys, I was about to turn around. I was like, this shit. You know, when somebody tells me, when my body tells me I can't. I was like, there's nothing that can push me to do this mountain. And my little brother had a speaker, one big speaker he likes to carry around. And he played Ashake, Great Guy. Oh my God, that song, in my lifestyle, that song took me to the top of the mountain. I said, play that shit again. He played that song 4 times. I was like,
This is the thing. This is why, like, music is so important to my training. And it's such a big part of, like, my personality because, like you said, like, it got you there. Literally.
I love it, honestly. I feel like it, and again, we're talking about making the experience enjoyable. And I feel like music is a big thing. And I want to get into your event because your event is very heavy on music. It's on having fun, beats and bands. Beats and bands, guys. Honestly,
say it again.
Beats and bands. Yeah. you should make.
We might have to. Yeah.
You could have it. I'll give you the copyright
as a soundbite. Love that.
One thing I love about you and your brand is that we've been talking about just like your general standard gym experience, but you have like this whole elevated version of, listen, you can work out. I think your whole brand is like, even from Walking to Jericho, your event, you can work out and still have a good time. Literally. It doesn't mean that you need to be suited and booted and like you're going to the military. I want you to explain like the experience because I really want to go, and a lot of people have probably seen it, or if you haven't, like what's the experience like? If people wanted to buy a ticket, what can they expect?
So the tagline for Beats and Bounds is mixing fitness with litness. That is like, I don't think I need to explain it any further.
That's so hip.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
I can't take all the credit. But it's basically, that's essentially like what the movement is about. So it's just creating an environment where you don't feel like you're working out, because I know a lot of people don't actually enjoy exercise.
No.
So you see how we're talking about how like you can't be bothered sometimes. You're not even going to enjoy what you're going there to do. So it's just like, why am I going to go? Do you get what I mean? Whereas if you are going to go into an environment where you know you're going to have fun, be around great like-minded people, the energy is high, it's contagious, and it doesn't feel like you're working out, but you are working out, and then you're going to get to listen to amazing music and sometimes have a guest artist come out and perform whilst you're training. Hello.
It's given.
Literally.
I cannot wait. I was saying the next one is the 23rd.
Yep.
23rd. And I swear to God, guys, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, I told you didn't have... I know you said you don't like being told what to do, but...
No, I said I do.
Oh, yeah, you have to come.
I said I do, like,
you don't have any option.
Like, I'm coming. Honestly, I'm so excited. I wanted to go to the last one, and I think I've never seen anything like this being done in the UK, where it's like you have like, guys, NSG was there performing as you was working out, so you had like your little concert.
Yeah,
you had not even a little concert, because how many people were in the last one?
I think last time we had 500. So
so it's not quite little, guys. It's not quite little. It's a big girl thing. Yeah, it's a big girl thing. But I'm just saying, can I just say, watching that, I am so proud of the women of color. Because can you imagine 500 women of color, all different shapes and sizes,
literally
working out, looking after their minds, having fun. You were talking about community. I don't know why this gives me goosebumps. I don't know why this makes me a bit emotional.
No, but you know what? I think even for me, I will never forget the first event that we done, and that one the capacity was 1,000 and we sold out, and it was insane. And I remember when we was like backstage, so the doors opened I think 3:00, and at 1:00 one of the guys from the team came and was just like, oh, have you seen the queue outside? And I was like,
queue?
Why? It's 1 p.m. Why is there a queue? Because people wanted to be at the front.
Yeah.
And then when the doors opened, I had a few of my friends message me and was like, no, like, this queue's crazy. So someone went outside and filmed the queue, and I was just like, you lot are coming to like for me, it was so, like, I got emotional because I was just like, wow, like, I've been able to create something where my people can come and have a good time and experience something they've not experienced before, all in the name of moving their body. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, and they always say, like, I feel like we don't, like, you know, like some people say like black people don't take their health seriously, we care more about other things and stuff. But like, to be able to see how we are actually putting our health first and doing things that are bettering us as a people, like, is insane. And even just being in that room, sometimes when I'm there, I'm on that stage and I look, I'm just like, no, like, you lot actually came to work out and you paid money to come and do it as well, like, to better yourself. I think it's such an amazing feeling.
I just love the community. I know there's different aspects of the event where like the girlies are playing games.
Yeah, we do like games at the end, team games as well. And there's so many people that actually come by themselves and at the end like end up making friends. Or like there's people I know who came to the first one and they met people at the next at that one. So the next time they linked up and came together. So it's like it's just a beautiful experience.
And honestly, there's nothing like it.
And it's fun. I think the main thing I want to like throw out there is that it's fun. And whilst it is mainly for women, we do have a few men that come as well. Emmanuel, we'll be seeing you.
Emmanuel!
But like, there are a few men that actually come as well, because I think what I find really interesting is men sometimes look down on like what women do for like fitness, right? So because you like I'll show you that I'm going to war. You look at like banded workouts and think, no, it's not hard, it's not difficult. But every guy that I've had in my class has screamed.
Yeah, they would, because you know what I realized? It's the same thing. I remember when I did body pump, and obviously it's always a predominant women when it's classes and stuff. But guys do short reps, high intensity, whereas we do a lot of repetition. So we have like to do like we'll do like 1 minute or 30 seconds on one muscle group. You'll be squatting for 30 seconds at a time. And a lot of guys can't do that. They will do the 5 reps of maximum.
Yeah, because it's stronger, innit? They'll go for strength as opposed to like endurance.
So yeah, I know the guys are probably fainting there, but it's good. So guys, it's for the girly pops and it's for the man them as well. Obviously, like, you know, like chocolate in it. So if you want to come, you can come in it. Like, you can come, I'll be there. But I'm very, very, very excited about this.
No, I'm excited to have you, because for me, I always say that it's an experience, and I always want to hear people's feedback, because I will never get to experience it like everybody else because I teach it. But I always love hearing like people that We're gonna vlog it and put it on the Patreon. Yeah, do it.
So if Patreon community, you're gonna see me fighting for my life.
Literally.
I just doing events. But one more thing before we go. There's a lot of people who haven't done they're so new to this fitness journey, and there's some people who have started their fitness journey and they're still figuring out how to navigate it. So can you give some advice for us who are looking to start our fitness journey, who have started but are still quite early on in our experience, and we hopefully want to get to a place where 10, 12 years down the line, it's like second nature?
Yeah. I think the key thing is finding what you like. I think try pick a mix. Try different things and find what you like and gravitate more towards that, because it will allow you to stick with it over a longer period of time.
Sick.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Rome wasn't built in the day. Like, you didn't wake up one night and decide I'm unhappy with how I look. It was a gradual process. So give yourself the same grace. It's going to be a gradual process to get to whatever the goal is. Give yourself short-term goals as opposed to looking at the really big ones. So if your goal is I want to lose 20 kg and that looks like a really big goal to you, then say to yourself, you know what, I want to work out twice a week. That's a short-term goal that you can stick to. And when you do it that way, you're more likely going to stick to it because you're seeing yourself achieve those goals. Like what you said with the walking, right? You weren't able to hit 10k steps every single day. But what was amazing was you were actually trying. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
So the fact that you tried, Emmanuel, that's progress. And that's also working towards that goal of reaching that 10k every day. So give yourself grace, and also find someone to work out with. Find a community. I'm so big on community. I feel like it makes so much difference when you've got people to kind of go through the process with, because it's hard. It's definitely hard. And there's nothing better than having someone to lean on or people to lean on when you're in that space of like needing that extra bit of support. And don't get overwhelmed with social media. Sorry, I know I'm on social media, but I do feel like it can get really overwhelming because everybody is telling you to do this, and this. But ultimately, the key is finding what works for your body, because you are an individual. So hopefully those tips help.
Amazing. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And thank you. Honestly, I've learned so much today, and I really hope that you guys have learned as much as I have, guys. We are on this journey together, and I'm so excited to be sharing it. Obviously, for those who are thick girlies, I still love you guys. I love myself. This is not skinny girls for the win. Even though skinny for girls for the win, like, I love girls like wear the micro mini skirts. Y'all. I can't stand y'all because you can wear that and I can't because my bum cheek is always poking through. Anyways, intrusive thoughts. But before we go, before we go, where do we find you on the internet?
So on the internet, you can find me on @just_Gene. If you want to follow the Beats and Bands page, that's @Beats and Bands. Same thing on TikTok @Beats and Bands. And for my personal Instagram, TikTok is just__Gene. With Beats and Bands, it is currently sold out. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Because, it's on and popping. However, we do these events quite often. So if you do want to find out about the next one, make sure you join the mailing list, which will be in the links in both my TikTok and my Instagram. So if you do sign up to those, whenever tickets do go out for events, you'll be the first person to know. All right, guys. So I've been your girl, Just Gina, representing the Black Queens in the fitness scene with the amazing Madam Joyce. And next week, you're going to be here with another bad boy or bad girl. So stay tuned.
Period. Thank you so much. That was
Thank you for having me.